Comic books have been a staple in the eyes of big and small nerds since the early 20th century, and the two titans of the industry are Marvel and DC. While Marvel's cinematic franchise, better known as the MCU, has been rolling with success and critical praise, DC, however, has been struggling to get out of the MCU's shadow. With film after film attempting to capture the magic of DC's world and heroes, some have succeeded, while others not so much. Today we will be talking about one of the DCEU's recent outings, The Justice League, a film that had its fair share of problems from story to visual weirdness. We are here, however, to focus on what exactly this film got right with bringing our favorite group of heroes to life, answering a pivotal question for films going forward. The Justice League. What worked? Hitting US theaters on November 17, 2017 with an estimated budget of $300 million, making it one of the most expensive movies of all time. Unfortunately, after all was said and done at the box office, it ended up losing the studio $60 million, completely bombing with mixed reviews across the board. The movie went as far as to win second place in the Oklahoma Film Critics Circle Awards for Most Disappointing Movie. Ouch. So let's explore the high points and low points and find out what's stuck in the hearts of the comic book community. We start off with the world lamenting the loss of Superman with a random interview
Superman, can we ask you some questions? It's a podcast.
With random kids. Then director Zack Snyder reminding us that yes, Batman v Superman was indeed real and not just a 3-hour-long nightmare. Speaking of Batman, we have Ben Affleck for potentially the last time doing Batman things, stopping a robber.
What are you doing? No, wait! No, wait! 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 What do you want from me?
Fear. I can smell it.
Or not? Apparently, after the death of Superman, all these weird bug people have been appearing, leaving markings across the world. So now seems to be the best time to assemble the League. The first member we see in the movie is Wonder Woman, stopping a crazy group of bombers trying to wreak havoc on the city.
This is man's best hope. Down with the modern world. Back to the Dark Ages and the safety of Holy Fear.
Now, one of the problems in the writing I'm seeing is the post-Superman subplots that are happening. Everyone seems to be acting like it's the end of days way before the main villain shows up, all because Superman is dead. Which I get him being around was important, but he's not the only hero around and people know that. So it's just weird why this was given so much focus.
I don't believe it. What are you?
Wonder Woman!
A believer.
Okay. The writing in this movie at times can be a bit off, and people say lines that are supposed to sound cool, but in context make no sense or just doesn't fit. So after that gets resolved, Batman heads to No Man's Land to find the Aquaman, and, well...
So let me get this straight. You do it dressed like a bat. Like an actual bat.
Worked for 20 years in Gotham.
Oh, that shithole.
If a fight comes, we'll need you.
Don't count on it, Batman.
yeah. Moving on, we are introduced to Barry and Cyborg respectively, and I actually enjoyed these characters. Barry is a nice comic relief character that works well.
Like a bat cave.
Most of the time. Cyborg is a very real and relatable character as he struggles with figuring out what to do with this second chance he has been given. Live in hiding or make a difference with what you have. Not bad, Snyder. Not bad. Then after a lengthy introduction, we finally get the meat of the movie. The main antagonist, Steppenwolf. Charging into the home of the Amazons looking for... Mother. Mother! He and his parademons wipe the floor with them and dramatically leave the scene.
Good job, guys.
After that, it's time to warn Diana about the... And now she is on board. And now back to... Lois Lane?
Skip!
Now back to Diana, who is having a nice chat with Bruce about the mysterious invader, Steppenwolf. an elite warrior with the power to end worlds thanks to the mother boxes.
We should have died, but we formed our own unity. Amazons, Atlanteans, all the tribes of men fought side by side. Warriors of legend. Allies from other worlds.
Honestly, couldn't we have gotten this battle as the beginning scene and him wrecking the Amazons as the start of the movie? That would have been a much better way to introduce him as a major threat instead of him being second to the No More Superman subplot. After this, Bruce is introduced to Barry Allen.
Barry Allen. Bruce Wayne.
You said that like it explains why there's a total stranger in my place, sitting in the dark, in my second favorite chair.
Or rather, Barry is introduced to Bruce. Then Diana confronts Victor Stone, aka Cyborg, in a random street for a rather heartwarming chat. Honestly, Victor and Diana's relationship is really nice, for it improves both of their character arcs as she finally decides to come out of hiding and not run from her past. Though after this, we are brought back to Aquaman, who comes face to face with Steppenwolf for the first time, albeit short-lived. But now everyone but Aquaman is all suited up and ready to go, and Steppenwolf is busy interrogating people for the Box of Man.
For the unity. For Darkseid.
Oh wow, thanks for mentioning a villain we all wish we were seeing right now. Now I do have to say, the action itself is probably one of the best parts of the movie. It seems to work pretty well. That is, until people start floating or get tossed around, then you can tell how fake things start to look. And people get tossed around a lot in this fight, as Steppenwolf is just too strong for the newly formed League. So after getting destroyed, the League meets at the Batcave to discuss their options, for in the heat of all the action, Cyborg got his hands on the Box of Man. The Mother Boxes contain unbelievable power, enough to bring Victor Stone back to life after a terrible accident. Thus, Batman thinks it would be an even better idea to bring Superman back to life. Though, not everyone is on board with this, as bringing him back to life may bring about the birth of a new villain. So, conflict ensues.
Is it a risk? Yes, but it's necessary.
Why? Because of your guilt? Bruce, I was there. You didn't kill Superman. At some point, even you have to learn to move on.
Steve Trevor tell you that?
Now everyone hates each other. But they decide to go along with the plan anyway, because why not?
What could possibly go wrong?
The armor's defense system.
No.
It's stronger since the interface. I can't control it. Victor, no! Turn it off. Oh no!
So everything goes wrong, and Superman, who definitely doesn't have a mustache, goes to kill Bruce until...
Clark. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, something is definitely bleeding.
So Bruce and Diana make up, Superman and Mom and Lois are reunited, and the gang fly off to finish Steppenwolf once and for all.
Separating the boxes is still going to cause a massive surge. I'll have to be there, but you guys should think about getting clear.
We're with you till it's done.
Honestly, I think we're all gonna be dead way before that. Superman's a no-show. You got no powers, no offense. This guy might be working for the enemy, we don't know. You're tripping over your feet and mine. Oof. You're gorgeous. Hey, you know what? I don't want to die. I'm young. There's shit that I want to do. I just feel like I never really embraced the sea or the land. I've been a loner my whole life, but being part of something bigger like this, maybe I'm scared because I'm meant to.
Now the action is pretty solid from here on out, and the visuals are really nice as buildings are destroyed and people get punched in the face. As the crew continues to struggle against Steppenwolf and all hope seems lost, Superman shows up to save the day.
The end of worlds. Who are you, Beauty? This world is my right.
Recognize that smell?
No! Leave me!
So Superman shows up and shows off, and Steppenwolf is defeated, stopping the Unity and saving the world once again. Now a movie like this can't end without a hint of the future.
Shouldn't we have a league of our own?
Now does the DCEU have a future at this point? Only time will tell. Now that we've sat down and seen everything, what worked? Well, as I stated before, the action was pretty good and the choreography wasn't bad. There was a lot of CGI, but it wasn't too distracting, nor did it make the action hard to follow. However, that isn't the case when people go super fast, zooming from one side of the screen to another, though that may in fact be the intention. The comedy worked pretty well most of the time, as well as giving the characters pretty good moments together, and in a movie like this, that's definitely what you'd want. The cast had good chemistry throughout, and their interactions felt natural rather than forced. Overall, this movie could have benefited from having Batman v Superman never happening, and just better writing. This movie isn't bad, and in my opinion not the worst in the DCEU, but definitely the most disappointing. I think this movie worked, and I'd give it 3 stars worth of enjoyment on the entertainment scale. Let me know how you guys felt about the movie in the comments below, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, covering other movies and games, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment on what you'd like to see next. Thank you so much for watching. This is your friendly neighborhood black guy, logging off.